It's Ray Give TV.
Ray Give TV.
Let's get right to it.
Hoover told the cops who shot him after him and a couple other people got sprayed up on the block in, keep in mind, the late 70s. So like over 50 years ago.
1968.
10-9 Jake makes the video. He doesn't interject any of his own opinion aside from this is what it said in the newspaper. And then you very quickly have the King Yellows of the world, anybody who has room in their heart for Larry Hoover.
Fight 1090.
And they're mad as hell. But you tell me, how is this fake? What's the debunking?
Well, no. Okay, so I debunked him because I didn't know what was going on. I go to Clubhouse and they telling me, have you seen the whatever, they played the 1090 thing.
And when people say we need it in black and white, which is what they always say about snitching, that doesn't include a newspaper article.
Hold on. So
that's not black and white.
We get to that. So when they read it, I said, where's it coming from? Court document, newspaper. So actually, he was responding to me. I think I kicked it off. It was a newspaper, so I said, like, listen, I can't stand me on a newspaper. We didn't watch the mob manipulate newspaper and make it say whatever they wanted to say. If all you got is a newspaper, boom. 1090 hears that, runs his content. Had a great clip. Very convincing clip, but 1090 went even further and he called him the rat. He said it.
Okay.
So now I respond. I get the shooter who shot Larry Hoover. I interview him. He says Larry didn't give a statement on him. This was wrong in the newspaper. He was never from this gang. He was from another gang.
But then it's revealed that that guy also told.
So at the time, he sounded very convincing to me.
Okay.
The shooter. So I got him on the phone and another high-ranking member on the phone and one of my comrades from the West Coast on the phone. So, you know, I put it up. It's up on the Hunter Show on our YouTube channel. 2 days later, the exposers, you know, they just running their shit. They say, Wack, you think you should have this? So I look at it, I'm like, oh, this ain't good. So I do some bitch-ass nigga shit.
Shockingly.
I totally ignore it.
Really? Doesn't sound like you.
But I don't, not only do I ignore it, they say, do you want us to go dig up that paperwork on Larry Hoover from the courts? I tell my team, no, leave it where it's at. That's what I tell them. 5 hours later, I get a text from 1090. Guess what it is?
The paperwork.
The paperwork. So now I know he knows. So now I'm sitting back and I'm like, okay, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days goes by, right? So now it's kind of like you and Vlad going at it about the subject, and you know what he should do, but he's not doing it, and you're wondering why. So I'm like, why didn't 1090 shoot at me to debunk the shooter's interview with me, right? And I'm thinking about it. I get a phone call a day later. Paralegal team. Hey, Wack, what up? 1090 contacted us. What you mean? Yeah, to go try to find the paperwork.
On the other guy.
No.
The shooter.
No, the real court document on 1968.
Okay.
I said, okay, how'd that go? He said, well, it's available. We located it. He's paid for it, and it'll be to him. So now I know why he didn't expose the shooter's proffer. Because he could have said, Wack, this dude right here snitched in 1992. He proffered, and they know that, and they're squeezing him and making him tell you this story. He could have used that. I would have doubled back and said, well, that's hearsay, that's your assumption. Whatever he proffered on has nothing to do with Larry Hoover. 1090 knows he's dealing with a shark like I know I'm dealing with a shark. He's waiting to get that paperwork.
I sharded the other day.
If he gets that paperwork, right, and it's not good, he's gonna expose that, and then he'll expose the shooter. Now, what 1090 standing on is this. He went and found it on another newspaper, the Chicago Tribune. And he's saying, Wack, ain't no way the Chicago Tribune gonna release this, another paper gonna release this. There's no lawsuit in for slander or defamation against him for releasing this. This with 1090 coming. I'm like, yeah, bro, but it still ain't court docs. So if he get the court docs and it's in favor, I don't know what his move is. He gonna have some problems because he called him a rat. That works for me because I'm defending him against 1090. But you
already know that he's guilty. You're just defending him for the sake of the clout?
I don't know.
Oh,
because
at this time.
all they got is newspaper.
Okay.
But, and this is what's crazy, because I got attacked the other day by some people on Clubhouse. I said, yo, if the paperwork come back and is not in his favor, then what? And they said, well, people shouldn't even be talking about it. Nobody can give an honest answer, so I'm like this. People don't get mad at me. I'm just following the ways of the world. I think that it's so much selective politicking going on. If the right or wrong person rats, whoever they may be, they sweeping it up under the rug. 1090's whole disposition is this. They saying, well, this was 55, 57 years ago. 1090's whole disposition is this. You're right. And what I'm saying, for the last 50-something years, y'all been following behind a dude that's in violation. How many people, if this is true, I'm not saying it is, we ain't got to work yet. How many people had to be held accountable for telling by this same individual when they found out? Now, R&B was like, it's been 50-something years, he's old. I feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him.
You got to take that out of your game. If you want to be an exposer,
I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't feel sorry.
Can't feel bad for the elderly.
It's some people that told in 1968 who never got a chance to live to see 1969. I can't feel sorry for somebody who got away with 57 years of manipulation and wrong. If that's it, I hope that Mr. Hoover didn't tell, right? You know, they got mad at me because they asked me did I consider Larry Hoover a hero, and I told them no, because I really don't know what he did to be a hero.
Right.
So they asked me a few people that I thought was hero, and I was like, Jesse Owens, Harriet Tubman, you know, Martin, you know,
Ginley,
Malcolm, you know what I'm saying? So that's just me, you know, but, you know, once again, I'm in the middle of it. 1090 got me over here on my toes because either I was manipulated by the shooter or he jumped the gun and called Larry Hoover a rat before having the right documents. I will tell you this. I did some bitch ass nigga shit. I didn't pursue ordering the documents. I'ma keep it real. If he did, I didn't want to know. But now they threw me in it. Chicago threw me in it. Chicago called me and said, we want you to do this interview.
Who is Chicago?
The number 2.
People from Chicago.
The number 2 of that organization.
The number 2 GD.
And the shooter.
King Yella.
He ain't no damn number 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And the shooter.
Okay.
They talking on the interview, like, so they want me to get it out. So it's like, I'm hoping Mr. James HIGHSMITH, I believe that's his name, was truthful. Yeah, he got a proffer from 1992, but that don't mean he's lying about that. But it could mean they could have took that and used it to make him dance. I don't know. Me personally, I would sit back and take my victory with my interview with Mr. James HIGHSMITH and let it be. 1090 ain't letting it go. You know him better than me. He's not letting it go.
Well, the interesting thing about that to me is that so many times 1090 has mentioned to me the fact that he really doesn't want to base his whole life and career around the exposing snitches thing, which you obviously have no problem with. But if you actually look at 1090's like last year of YouTube videos, he has really taken a step back on that. And I think it makes sense from his perspective because it basically creates tons of enemies for him constantly. It's like just every time he exposes somebody, that's just like a big chunk chunk of the world that hates him. So he doesn't necessarily see a reason why he should continue to make that his whole identity.
You know why he was trying to adjust? The difference between me and 1090 is this. I talk about and cover every day. It could be whatever. Diddy, Michael Jordan, this dude did this, whatever, right? 1090 was just doing the exposing the rats. But it's a lot of rats out there, but it's not too many rats that the world cares about, want to hear about. You have to be exposing somebody that people know who you're exposing. What happens is you start to run out of those people. So you start to run out of content. See, with me, I don't gotta know about a rat. We can talk about what happened to this dude over here, this dude over here. Do I think Cardi's gonna have a hit or whatever? With him, he's in the box with it.
But he makes videos about other things. This is usually based on like violence, crazy gang shit, etc. Like if we look at his channel, it's tons of shit that doesn't involve snitching. It's just drama in the hood, rappers killing each other, whatever.
Yeah, but he got to do that.
Right. That's his general beat.
He got to do that. So, and look, man, 1090 runs great content. His editing is cool. He's funny to me. You know, his punchlines. It is what it is. So I think it's gonna be a 1090 Wack 100 face-off. So this what has happened. He told me.
I'll fly him out. Let's do it.
He told me if he get the paperwork, I got to face off with him.
So still after all this,
I got one more spin move.
But we still don't have the paperwork after all this.
He ordered it.
Oh, okay.
I debunked him with the newspaper. We ain't going with that. He ordered the paperwork. 1090 ordered the paperwork. He sent me, he's taught me and sent me a voice message, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, white dude.
I thought you guys were like beefing. Now it seems like it's kind of like sportsman-like.
No, this is f***ing with me. This is.
But you're not like mad, want to throw a safe at his head, right?
I expect him to do this because if he, I debunked him by going to get the shooter. He wasn't expecting that. To say Larry didn't tell.
This is like a gentlemanly like competition to see who could be the best exposer.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a GD. He's not a GD. I ain't from Chicago. He ain't from Chicago.
Right.
But the fact that he heard me speak on it, he went to digging on it, and he went and found another newspaper.
But this is like the funniest shit. It's like my introduction to this, like aside from the 1090 video, I watched a video of King Yella spazzing on 1090, and his arguments against 1090 were, number one, how dare you say anything negative about Larry Hoover, which is not even a real argument because what the fuck is that? Like, he's a man, he's not a god, who cares? So if he did something wrong, it should be discussed and
Bro,
have content made about it, right?
They think he's a guy.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's just pathetic.
I asked him, I said, yo, he went to jail at 23, 24, okay? His rise from 73 to the late 90s, we know wasn't no Gandhi or Martin Luther King type rise because that's when he caught the RICO investigation and caught the 6 life sentences to go to the feds.
Right.
So we know whatever he was doing in that time span probably wasn't a good thing in the eyes of the law or the community.
But then the other argument that Yella was using against 1090 is basically like, you're a white boy and you just want to drum up beef between black people.
That's why you want to address
the two
That's
dumbest
what they say
arguments.
About your white ass.
These are so stupid. Like
that's dumb.
What are we even talking about?
Yeah,
These are the two dumbest arguments I could possibly imagine. So,
indeed,
all I have to say is,
I'm talking to you.
Larry Hoover deserves to be analyzed and judged just like everybody else. The only good argument, or at least argument that could possibly work, is in the late 60s.
Yeah.
And you tell me it was possible since you were alive back then. In the late 60s, were there different standards of snitching? Because let's be real, the world was very different.
Drop a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about the Adam and Wack show. Keep that notification bell turned on. I will deliver 24/7 around the clock. You already know. And to everybody out there gritting and grinding, if you believe it, you'll achieve it. Do what you got to do today to be prepared for tomorrow. And there we go. But until next time, it's your boy Ray. I'm gone. God bless. Peace.